Today I'm in Ontario driving the brand new 2022 Nissan Pathfinder. Alright, on the road with the new Pathfinder 2022. Brand new Pathfinder. You know, everything is new from the ground up pretty much on this new Pathfinder. So new styling in and out. Also a new transmission. You know, finally we've got a 9-speed transmission instead of the CVT. You know, it makes a big difference, especially in a larger SUV like this one. You know, a CVT can make sense, you know, inside of a small economy car, but inside of a, you know, mid-size SUV like this one, it didn't make sense from my point of view, especially if you're towing and you're carrying a lot of stuff. So now we've got a strong 9-speed. You know, it's way much more fun to drive from my point of view. It shifts pretty well. It's strong. We don't have that struggling engine while we, you know, are a little bit harder on the throttle. It doesn't scream like a CVT. You know, when you're inside of a CVT equipped car or truck, when you really accelerate with it, it's just like all the way. It's for me, I'm not a big fan of CVT, so this is a big improvement for the Pathfinder. And one of the big improvements due to this new transmission is the towing capacity. And now you can tow up to 6,000 pounds with the Pathfinder. This is a big improvement over the last generation, 5,000 pounds. And most, you know, other SUV on the market also can tow up to 5,000 pounds. If we're looking at the Telluride, Palisade and all that, they're all topped out at 5,000. So that's a big plus. You know, when you want to carry a little bit more than the usual 5,000, it's a big plus for the Pathfinder. But overall, you know, today at the Canadian launch, I could say we have a specific route to use. So right now I'm testing the Pilot Pro Assist on the highway. Basically, it's kind of like the autopilot, but you have to keep your hands on the steering wheel. It works pretty well. It's a system I experienced before in the Altima. You know, on the road with the Pathfinder, super comfortable, nice seats. I like my driving position inside of the Pathfinder. You know, I can lower down my seat. I can really adjust the steering wheel the way I like it. And that's a big plus. You know, sometimes when you're inside of some new SUVs lately, you sit a little bit too high, or sometimes I'm not really able to, you know, get my seat a little bit lower because I'm a taller person. So it's a big plus for me. So good seats, good ride so far. Interior wise, you know, brand new interior. It looks kind of like a big Rogue. Nice looking steering wheel. We've got a new screen, nice shifter. Everything is more practical, I could say. I got also a place to recharge my phone. Also, we have the wireless Apple CarPlay. So that's a big plus. Interior wise, it's plain, simple and clean, and it's easy to use. You know, even if it's my first time, my first few minutes, you know, I'm driving this Pathfinder, it's easy to, you know, use the climate, use the screen and everything, even find the Pro Pilot and all that. So overall, so far, it's a friendly Pathfinder to use. So power wise, we've got a V6 3.5 liter under the hood. This engine's been in the Nissan lineup for a while, so this engine has proven to be a good engine. Good power for the size of this SUV. I wish we had a little bit more power, especially in lower RPM. The thing is, if you want to, you know, have some performance, or when you try to push it, you need to rev up that engine so you can kind of squeeze out some performance out of this engine. I would prefer something with more torque at low RPM for a better driving experience, I could say. You know, sometimes when I accelerate, it's just okay, I could say. It's just, see, I'm inside of a hill. It gets the job done. But if I had 5,000, 6,000 pounds behind me, it would be, you know, just borderline enough power to really tow that amount of weight I could. So handling wise, you know, I feel the priority of this Pathfinder, it's really the comfort and also maybe some off-roading. It's not super aggressive for handling, but this is the type of ride you're looking for in this type of SUV. You know, going on road trip, driving every day, the kids are sleeping in the back, you want a nice ride, you know. I could say, you know, inside of the Telluride or the Ford Explorer, the handling might be a little bit sharper than this Pathfinder. But once again, you know, if I had to choose either ones to go on the road trip, I would take the more comfortable ones. You know, I'm in a long country, windy roads right now. It gets the job done. Obviously, if you really push it, you'll notice the suspension is kind of like a little bit smooth and it's gonna flex a lot. But still, you know, in this type of SUV, especially when I'm traveling with my family or something like that, I think having a comfortable ride should be number one, you know, on your checklist when you're shopping for these type of SUVs. All right, I've been driving on gravel roads and now I'm more inside of a trail. I changed my mode to mud and rut. So now I'm really testing, you know, suspension, the way, you know, it's gonna handle the rocks and all that. Now I've got some water in front of me. Pretty nice so far. All right, now here it's a little bit deeper. Yeah, no problem. And then, you know, I've got the platinum model so far. You know, this thing, you know, handles pretty well this little trail here. And like I said, the suspension is really made for comfort and off-roading. And you know, this is the type of suspension I'm looking for in an SUV. And you know, if I want a sport SUV, I want something really sport and you know, I won't do stuff like that. But on a practical day-to-day basis, you know, if you go camping, your place is remote from the city and stuff like that, sometimes you have to you know, tackle some trail like this, and you know, this Pathfinder get the job done. So right now I'm in a windy gravel road. I can really test the all-wheel drive system. You know, if I really push it, you know, if I'm a little bit more aggressive with the input and the steering, I can feel the all-wheel drive system working. And so far, you know, even if I'm not in a spatial mode, it works pretty well, and I can have some fun with the Pathfinder in this little windy road rally style. So now I'm in the middle of the second part of this drive. We did some off-roading. We test the hill descent assist. It works pretty well, again, with some off-road. So if you're a beginner or you don't drive that often doing off-roading stuff, you've got a bunch of modes. You've got the hill descent assist, works really well. As tested today. After that, we did some windy roads. We were able to test the handling and also the responsiveness of the engine. I put it in sport mode and all that. Amazing road here in Ontario. A lot of fun. Also, the roads are way better than in Quebec in general, I could say. You know, fuel economy wise, I'm surprised also. You know, this Pathfinder is more fuel efficient than the last generation of Pathfinder. It's a surprise also, because you know, they were always saying like the CVT transmission is for fuel economy. Now we've got a real 9-speed transmission, and it's doing a better job on the fuel economy and also on the towing capacity. So it's a win for the, you know, the normal transmission, not the CVT today by far. Fuel economy wise, I was averaging around 10 liters per 100 kilometers. Maybe you can do better on the highway. You know, today we had all kind of roads, so it was not the most fuel efficient roads, I could say. But I'm really surprised these kind of numbers are right in spot with the competition. A lot of competitors competitors do worse numbers than that. So I think Nissans are right on the spot with the competition on this. Price-wise, a base Pathfinder will start just below 44,000 Canadian, and the model I'm driving today is just over 53,000. It's a Platinum, fully equipped. Once again, price-wise, equipment-wise, I think, you know, Nissan is right on the spot with their packaging and their pricing. So, you know, overall, I think Nissan is back in the game with the Pathfinder. They did an amazing job compared to the previous model, that's for sure. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about this new Pathfinder? Do you think it can compete with the Kia, the Hyundai, the Fords, and all the other ones? Let me know in the comments. Do you like the style of this new Pathfinder? Let me know. I want to know what is your opinion on this new SUV. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my video. Also, I'm going to put some links in the description to my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everything. And we're going to see each other on the next review.